And I think we're live, so let's go. Hello, hello. Is
Welcome,
anybody
everyone.
home?
Everyone.
Hello.
Greetings.
Oh no.
Oh, hey.
I'm gonna mute you all if we're not gonna behave. So I'm gonna try that again. You should be able to unmute. Yeah, it's Mario. Mario, I think it's your background. So I'm gonna keep you muted. Apologies. But hi everyone, how's everyone doing on this lovely Wednesday morning, afternoon, evening, night? Where is everybody dialing in from?
Hello.
Good evening from Dubai.
Hola.
From Portland, Oregon.
How was your holiday?
Yeah, we got some robots. Peter, I think your connection is a little bit breaking out. So I'm gonna mute you as well. No worries. Zoom is loading in, so let's give it a couple of seconds. If anyone wants to shout out, say hello, feel free to do so still before we mute everything and we continue. But let's give it a moment or two.
Yeah, we're here at Consensus in Austin, Texas. Really looking forward to getting the word out about Catalyst and bring more folks into this beautiful community. So should be a really fun event this week. So if anyone's out here, please reach out. We'd love to see you.
Awesome. Can you say who from the Catalyst team they can find there?
Yeah, it'll be Jack, Chris, and myself will be here at the event. We have a special Cardano event going on this evening, which will be great. It's free to anyone that's in the area if you don't have a Consensus ticket. And it will likely be streamed at some point. I unfortunately don't have a link, but hopefully it will become available for folks to see Charles speak and others actually speak here at the event. But should be great to get the word out about Cardano being open for business. So look forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you, Harry. Well, I'm jealous I couldn't be there. So if there are any links for people who are following from outside in, I think we'd all appreciate any of those leads as always. So thank you for representing us on the ground. I think it's a good time to begin. We have a good number of people in the room. Again, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. We appreciate you being here with us. Because we're going to have, again, a very interesting town hall, as always, with lots of different updates and especially the community-facing ones. If you are watching these on YouTube, I would encourage you in a little moment to find below in the description box of your YouTube stream to find the Zoom invite link, because that will allow you to actually come inside the Zoom interface directly, because what I'm looking at is just what you are looking at within the YouTube interface is just the front page or whatever actually fits into that screen itself. But there's actually 4 pages of people in this call itself. I think we're at over 100 people. So if you want to, especially to join for the interactive breakout sessions, which will happen at the end of this call, just go through that link in below the description box in your YouTube video, and you will be able to join us in just a couple of moments. But I think it's a good time to begin today's presentation. So let me pull up our slides and let's dive right into it. So let's begin. Share Google Chrome. Ta-da! I think that should be good to go in a minute. I do need to find one. Make a co-host. There we go. Perfect. Meet, close. It's much more complicated when you're using actually the only screen, as I'm usually used to a lot more. But I take it everybody can see the screen. I cannot see anything else. So hopefully if you have any questions in the chat, make sure that you reach out to all the other co-hosts. Today, I'm looking only at one screen, so I will have a limited real estate in terms of what we're about. But let's kick off.
Good, Danny. Good to go. You're good to go.
Awesome. So number 2, Town Hall for Fund 9. Here we come. We had an awesome launch last week with Charles and everyone else in the challenge teams. And now is the time to move and thread the needle forward. So in no other fashion, as always, welcome to the experiment slide. And I'm going to invite Nick to the stage to kick us off. Nick?
Thanks, Danny. Welcome to the experiment. Things may break, lack documentation, differ greatly between iterations, disorient, overload, and inspire. Our goal, provide a safe and lively environment for you to explore the highest potential of human collaboration.
Yay! Awesome. This slide never gets old. And I'll hand you over, I think, to PK. So PK, Nick, floor is yours.
Hi Nick, can you hear me?
Hey TK, yeah, hey.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Town Hall interactive section where you can come on and showcase the wonderful projects that you're working on. For today, we're going to be having Nick Mason from ProofSpace.id. Hi Nick, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? Are you excited to be here?
Hey TK, yeah, very excited to be here. Thanks for having me. You want me to do a quick intro?
Yeah, tell the community who you are, what funds you got funded in, and the name of your project.
Cool. Yeah, I'm Nick Mason. I'm the CEO of ProofSpace, and before this, I was working broadly in the impact investment space. Alongside that, I've always been involved in education for marginalized communities as a founder of a project in Sierra Leone and a trustee for an amazing charity called Street Child. With ProofSpace, we filed a proposal in Fund 7 to integrate Atala Prism into the ProofSpace stack with the goal of making it super easy for Cardano projects to use decentralized ID. And so far, we've had an amazing response from the community in terms of the number of projects that will start using these no-code tools to build their identity workflows.
Yeah, so that sounds really interesting. But before we go any further, could you tell us how you came, into the Cardano Catalyst ecosystem? What attracted you to this community?
So we decided that ProofSpace can make a big difference in making it easier for people to use the big blockchain platforms as mediums of trust, as well as mediums of value. And Cardano, we decided, was the best place to start on that mission. The Catalyst community, I suppose, offers a highly receptive, collaborative, innovative environment to make that first move. So it was discovering the Catalyst community in tandem with the research we were doing into Cardano that led us to file the proposal for F7, and that was our first move, really.
So I understand that ProofSpace is a no-code project, and some people say that no code is the future of code. How does ProofSpace help to fuel that narrative?
That's interesting. I think in reality the future is probably hybrid between no code and code, even for ProofSpace. But I think I like the way you describe it. I think we fuel that narrative in the sense that a lot more SSI transactions and projects can happen because ProofSpace tools eliminate the technical barriers to entry for decentralized ID. So, literally a person or organization's ability to code, to hire people, to reprioritize engineering resources, that's no longer a factor in whether or not to use SSI. Because, as I say, we really cut those technical barriers to entry.
I know for what you just mentioned, you just talked about SSI, and for some non-technical people that might be watching us today, could you tell us a little bit about what that means?
Yeah, sure. So SSI is self-sovereign identity, and a nice way of understanding self-sovereign identity is to look at the history of online identity. So in the beginning, there was centralized models of identity management where a organization issues you an identity and you use that identity to interact with that organization alone. And they obviously track where and how you use that. The second development was federated identity. And that's like your Google login or your Facebook login, where a central entity issues you the identity, but they allow you to use that in a bunch of other domains. The only issue is that every time you use that identity, you're tracked across the internet. So that's the flaw with the federated model. And decentralized identity, you're still being issued an identity by an organization, but you can use it wherever you want without that organization tracking you across the internet. And that's the real appeal of decentralized identity, particularly to the Web3 communities. And there's lots of other stuff that goes on under the hood. So I would, if you're interested in learning more, I would advise a really good first step is to check out the video that Alison From recorded recently. I think it's available on her website, Crypto Alley. It's an amazing introduction to self-sovereign identity. And then if you want to go deeper, join the Pioneers program.
Yeah, that's a very interesting take. When people talk about identity in the Cardano ecosystem, we think about Atala Prism. So how has ProofSpace leveraged the Atala Prism technology so far?
Yeah, so we're integrating the Atala Prism SDK into the ProofSpace platform. And that means that we're wrapping that SDK with all of the no-code tools to build and validate and scale decentralized identity workflows and ecosystems. So essentially, you can use the schema editors, the credential editors, the interaction editors in ProofSpace to deploy Prism verifiable credentials in your projects. And so our use of Prism is to make it more broadly accessible and available to people who want to use decentralized ID.
That's quite wonderful that you've managed to leverage that Atala Prism technology. That's still quite at an early age. We're doing a lot of wonderful stuff with it. Well, I understand from the form you filled out that a lot of your team members were in Ukraine and have been displaced. So how has that affected your project so far?
Yeah, this is a hard one. I'm sitting here in London, so I can't really truly understand what the team has been going through. What I can say is that despite and we've got a couple of the guys on the call tonight, Ruslan and Victor. Many of you will have had a chance to meet them before. Perhaps Alessia is here as well. Despite the heartbreak and exhaustion that this team is going through, and that's been caused by the war, the team is delivering outstanding results. And in a way, ProofSpace is doing better than it ever has. And quite how the team is able to do that while also enduring warfare in their backyard, I don't know. You'll have to talk to them about it. But they're phenomenal. And what I would say is that some of them now back in their homes after having had to evacuate, which is a huge relief. But the war is still raging on, even though perhaps our attention may have been taken away from it as time goes by. That's inevitable. But it's still a very dark cloud that hangs over any of our Ukrainian colleagues, including the ProofSpace team, but any other of the Catalyst community that's based in Ukraine. So all our respect and support goes out to that community. They are complete heroes.
Really, really great to hear that your team has been, thriving even with all the adversity and the roadblocks. That's great. So could you tell us how ProofSpace could, benefit businesses?
Sure. So our value add starts by cutting the cost and timelines associated with implementing identity workflows. Then once you've benefited from having a solution in production a lot faster than you might otherwise been able to, that's when all of the capabilities in the platform start adding value. So trust registries and schema editors make it a lot easier to build services and ecosystems based on standards that are scalable. Our approach to goal-oriented interactions means that services can create workflows involving multiple interactions using multiple credentials from multiple different entities. And now that we're integrating Prism, those interactions can even include credentials from both the Indie network and from the Prism network, and in the future from other networks as well. So that's a really exciting interoperability piece. And then the final part is that the wallet application that we offer, that makes it easy for users to navigate through and between different services while accruing SSI credentials in their private wallet. So that means you're taking hold of your identity, which is a great thing.
That's great. That's the beauty of Web3, taking hold of your identity and taking hold of your data. That's great. It's really nice having you today. But before you leave, I'd like to ask, what's your favorite part about being part of the Cardano Catalyst ecosystem? What's your favorite part of being part of this community?
That's the hardest question you've answered. There's so many good things. Definitely for us, the collaborative spirit. The innovative people in this community, the impactful collaborations, the general commitment towards social and environmental responsibility, all of this is a huge source of motivation for us at ProofSpace. And that motivation comes at a critical time. I just mentioned that the team, the huge majority of our team is based in Ukraine. So that motivation is awesome in a very challenging time. So yeah, we give a big thank you to the whole community for all the support that they've shown.
That's really great. It was fantastic having you on this Town Hall interactive session. If you would like to be part of the session, the link to the forms will be distributed via email after this Town Hall session. We'd like to have you and give you the opportunity to amplify your projects. Thank you very much, Danny. Back to you.
Thanks, TK.
Thank you, Nick.
Awesome. Thank you both. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, TK. So let's bring up back our slides. And I think we're going to continue the theme of the decentralized identity, because I think the next presentation that we are having slated now is from the Roots Wallet team that actually closed out another project, which was from Fund 7. So let me try to get the video feed in, and let me know if everyone can hear the sound correctly. And if not, just give me a thumbs down and I'll fix it very quickly.
Hello, Catalyst friends. I'm Lance Bird, and this is Roots Wallet after Fund 7. You can find us at rootswallet.com. Our team is 4 software developers who are all IOG ItaliPrism Pioneer graduates and current IOG Astros. We have created the first open source identity wallet for Cardano. You have heard all the buzz in Catalyst and in the Cardano community. Identity is foundational to property rights, essential in emergent situations like pandemics, and so much more. In 2021, the IOG ItaliPrism ecosystem was deployed to the Cardano testnet. ItaliPrism is the Cardano identity platform. We were mentored by Tony Rose, who is the IOG ItaliPrism product owner, and Daryl O'Donnell, who is the author of the Identity Wallet chapter of the seminal SSI book, Self-Sovereign Identity. They've been incredibly supportive of our team and wallet proposal. Through that mentorship, and after many meetings with other wallet development teams, it became clear what makes our wallet so pivotal. Fund 7 proposals needed an identity wallet for their users. There weren't any wallets to connect their users to Prism. These partner proposals are our use cases and helped shape our roadmap. We are building their identity wallet. We connected with several of the proposers in the Pioneer program, and together we identified the need for an open source identity wallet on Cardano that will start small, remain simple to use, and designed to be cross-platform and pluggable in order to serve the immediate needs. To be clear, we look forward to other identity wallets being released for ItaliPrism, but so far, we're the only open source identity wallet available to begin establishing digital identities on Cardano. Our partners want to develop projects in places like Indonesia, Zambia, Latin America, and beyond. We surveyed these partners to determine the minimum viable product that their users absolutely must have for Fund 8 and beyond. This is where our name, Roots Wallet, originated. We are the identity wallet built for Catalyst grassroots efforts. Based on the needs of our partners, here were our Fund 7 priorities. The open source code can be built and deployed on recent Android devices. We provide support for QR codes to make identity operations easy. Users are able to receive a credential from an issuer and see all of their credentials. Users will be able to present a credential to verifiers. Our total budget for Fund 7 was $39,000, which funded about 2/3 of our development costs. Our developers personally covered another third of the cost. We are grateful to the Catalyst voters for funding 6 of our 9 Fund 8 proposals. We will be adding decentralized communication features for both Roots Wallet and Wall CLI. We will be adding secure encrypted storage and the ability to back up and restore your Roots wallet. We will continue to march towards interoperability with the greater SSI ecosystem by providing Sidetree and Universal Resolver implementations. All of our work will be using the latest SSI open source standards. Let's take a look at Roots Wallet Alpha release. To create your wallet, create a password and confirm the password. Use your password to log into the wallet. You'll see your contacts initially, which is just your own. You can see the details of you, and you can display a QR code in order to share your profile with other Roots Wallet users. We can see that we have contacts and credentials. And if you look at your event history for your Roots Wallet, we get a welcome message. We see that we created our wallet, and we also created our first decentralized identity called a DID. We're automatically posting that DID to Prism, which is the identity platform on Cardano, currently on testnet. And we can look at the QR code for our newly created DID. If you want to geek out a little and see what metadata exists on the Cardano blockchain, you can click that event, and it opens your browser to the Cardano Blockchain Explorer. Currently, Prism is only on testnet, and that's where we're running here, and you can see additional details. Let's head back to Roots Wallet. And you can see a message that to celebrate publishing our DID, we're going to issue ourselves a verifiable credential. You can view the credential and see the details of the credential. In this case, this is the Prism DID publisher credential. You can also revoke the credential and accept the credential that you issued to yourself. And you can view the credential. We can also view the credential from the credential list. Here you see it's the Prism DID publisher credential, and it's the same view that you saw in the event view. If we click the question mark, we can verify the credential. In this case, we already revoked this credential, and so we see that it was revoked. If we go back to contacts, we see our own history, and we can go back to our contact list. If we want to add a new contact, we can scan their barcode. We've now got a new contact, Esteban Garcia. He's got his own DID. We're currently processing a verifiable credential to send to him, and we can also make notes about having met him. So I said, I met Esteban today at Catalyst Town Hall, and that's a note in my Roots wallet. We wait for the verifiable credential that we are creating to post to the blockchain. While we're waiting for it, we can look at Esteban's profile and we can show his QR code. Each profile currently has a picture, a DID, and a name. And if we revoke this credential, we can see credential is revoked.
Well, that was cool. Let me try to get that out of the way. So again, like, it's always amazing to see when the projects are being built by the power of like the community of financing and helping teams grow from the roots, and now literally from the roots. So it's really, really amazing. And if you're interested in trying to help them, make sure to give them the feedback, and I'm sure they would be very much appreciated for it as well. And not to mention that it's open source. So can you imagine everyone else can start building around it and helping projects like these flourish? So that was for as much as we did today with the decentralized identity. We're going to change the speeds a little bit, and we're going to jump to the Yorams and their team's project that was called Geneva Business Development Hub. So it's a little bit something different. So we're going to hear from them from the Scale Ups Cardano's Community Hub and the work they've been up to. So here we go.
Everyone. This is the closeout report for Fund 7 proposal, Geneva Business Development Hub proposed by Joe and Yoram. Joe and I met each other through Project Catalyst. For 10 years, we've both been building relationships with for-purpose organizations on opposite sides of the world. Project Catalyst has given us the opportunity to put our ideas together and began to realize a vision to link together a global ecosystem of organizations collaborating with each other to make the world a better place. Upfront, we'd like to thank all the collaborators who have contributed to the success of these proposals. In particular, Raz and Cole from Sustainable ADA, and many who help us with our work. This proposal was the first step towards our vision, an initial experiment based in Geneva. We set out to begin to codify what we both do, build relationship with impact investors and entrepreneurs, introducing them to opportunities available through using blockchain, cryptocurrency, and in collaboration with Project Catalyst, community of like minds. We began by reaching out to 20 organizations, 8 of which engaged deeply, making 26 proposals. A total of 15 of those were funded by the Project Catalyst community. Let's see some examples. SeedStars, a 10-year-old organization focused on supporting entrepreneurs in emerging markets. They are now running the Financial Times and Cardano startup competition, as well as offering acceleration programs for Cardano and Catalyst startups. This is the first of 5 examples of different types of for-purpose organizations which are now on board and have expanded the reach of Project Catalyst significantly.
Hi there, my name is Daria and I work as a program manager at SeedStars. I'm very proud to share that this year we started working with Cardano community and we got 3 of our proposals funded as part of Fund 7 under the Accelerators and Managers Challenge. In this context, I just want to say many thanks to Yoram and Connectality for all the information and guidance that we received that actually made our application process very up to the point, very clear. And I'm very happy to be part of Catalyst and bring value to the funded proposals and to the community.
Goodwall is one of the most powerful companies we've onboarded, with 2 million next generation members in 150 countries, and all of them are under 30. There are many incredible mutual opportunities to explore. Now they are part of our ecosystem.
My name is Eugenio Donadio, and I'm head of partnerships at Goodwall. Goodwall is a social network for development from the professional and personal point of view of young people. To thank Yoram Betsby, because he has been basically our mentor in the process of discovering the opportunities of the Cardano Catalyst process. Ago, we didn't have really an idea what the Catalyst was or anything like that, or the kind of opportunities that were available. Yoram took us through a journey, introducing us to some members of the community, explaining what the opportunities were like and what the process to access them was. We're very excited about launching our new programs and continuing interacting in the Cardano community.
Our third example is very different. Shlomo is an artist who uses his talent to influence those around him and introduce people to ideas through various artistic mediums. He is using his talent to spread the word about Cardano and Catalyst. He is also working on an NFT project called Apocalypse. Check out his amazing website.
Hi, my name is Shlomo Cohen. I'm an artist. I'm working in a wide variety of discipline, illustration, graphic design, 3-dimensional, and cartoons, of course. In my vision, they said that the picture was 10,000 words. The cartoon was 10,000 pictures. This is the reason that I'm using it to influence and to give my ideas. I proposed 3 proposals to the Fund 7. I'm very happy that we managed to get 2 of them to the Cardano community, which I hope will be in the future more involved. Thank you.
DigiFarm is example number 4. A highly innovative satellite and machine learning startup with new technology has global relevance for agriculture supply chain. The solution could lead to multiple applications related to supply chain ecosystem. We are very excited to have them on board in Cardano.
Hi, I'm Nils. I'm one of the co-founders and CEOs of DigiFarm, and we're an ag-tech startup based in Norway. And we started this project back in 2019, and I'm also a 15th-generation farmer and crop producer here in beautiful Norway, where I grew up. But we work on a very core area. It's automatic delineation of field boundaries and seeded acres, which is a big problem in smallholder markets, where a lot of this is not digitized. And our proposal, Open Ledger for Agricultural Land, just got funded in Fund 8, so we're incredibly excited about this. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to the community for voting, and also Yoram and Connectivity for being able to support us through this journey. Thank you so much.
Our final example is Accelerate 230, a partner of the UN National Development Programme. This organization, in collaborating with Cardano, can be a significant contributor to reaching the SDGs and collaborating with entrepreneurs from developing countries and UN organizations.
Hello everyone, my name is Ljubka Mitvinovska from Impact Hub Geneva and our international program Accelerate 2030. We are super excited to be joining the project Catalyst community with the 2 projects we just got approved from the 8th fund. We will be working on an event in Geneva during Building Bridges Week and also doing research with African ventures and their needs and ambitions around using blockchain. And we are really happy to be exploring this collaboration and seeing how we can learn more about blockchain, especially towards impact, and also explore how we can bring value to your community by bringing the synergy of our entrepreneurs. So we're really excited to be working together in the future. We would really like to thank Yoram and Ross from Connectivity for introducing us to Cardano and to Catalyst community and all their support in developing this project and finally the successful approval. And we look forward to our collaboration in the future. Thank you.
We have developed 8 significant collaborative projects, been involved in 5 meetups in Geneva, and spent many hours on Zoom with wonderful people to get here. On the back of this first 3 months' work, we've been invited to introduce Project Catalyst in Cardano to the wider impact community through Building Bridges event in Geneva later this year. With the success of this proposal, in a short time, we're excited about the future. We can't wait to bring on more people in more parts of the world and make more of this magic happen. So our next steps are to take our learning and experience and build out the infrastructure to enable more of this success. The Project Catalyst community and Cardano technology will grow even faster and stronger as we build out these hubs to bring on more for-purpose, mission-driven organizations. It's a true pleasure to work with people who are as hopeful about the future as we are. Finally, once again, none of this is possible without you, the awesome Project Catalyst community. We are humbled to be able to work with so many of you who, like us, are committed to realizing the highest potential of human collaboration. Look out for our proposal in Fund 9. There's so much more to come.
Well, how about that? That just melts my heart. I think this just goes to speak the lengths at which you can participate within Cardano itself and Catalyst specifically. It is not only about the breadth and the depth of your technical knowledge, but it just shows you how many different opportunities there are for every person combined, that if you just take it and run with it, there's just so many different opportunities. So huge shout out to Yoram and the team, because I think the work they've done is phenomenal. And, I think they continue to surprise us, and I can't wait to see what are the next things you're going to be working out from. So Yoram, if you are hearing this, big thumbs up. Everybody just great, fantastic work. And again, I saw it in the chat as well. Great presentations today. And, that's only what we're able to fit into the Catalyst Town Hall. If you ever want to go and check out what the other projects and cool things are happening, you can do it through the following link. Make sure to click on it, the funded projects bit.ly. And I think if I'm able to zoom in, I think we're going to soon be at 100. We have 85 signaled self-reported completions. So if you are interested, which of those projects have already made the final cut of being completed, head over to this list and go through all the goodness, because you will find a lot more of those closeout reports and also the videos in the format that you just saw. So thank you everyone who's been able to supply us with these informational bits, and that we are able to share with you all. So again, congratulations to everyone. And if you are interested, just make sure you dive into this into the following link. If you haven't noticed already, last week we did launch Fund 9. We haven't had the opportunity to share officially, but we do have an updated version for the Fund 9 launch guide. So if you have people that you would like to network with, or you would like to tell them more about a Catalyst, you can use this short link and then share this PDF format around with your networks, with your friends and family, coworkers, whomever might be interested. Also, in the lights what we've just seen with the Yoram, you never know whose interest you're going to to capture. And this is one of the easiest way how to provide them an insight into what the Project Catalyst is, what the Fund 9 is about specifically in a very friendly format as well. So I do encourage you to check it out yourself and then just share it around at will and spread the goodness of the things which we're doing here together as a community. Quick recap about the timeline. If you haven't had the opportunity to see it, we're going to talk today about the fact that tomorrow we're going to start submitting the proposals, which will be open up until the June 30th. So I think that's the key date that you need to understand at this point. If you do want to have an understanding of different bits and pieces throughout the Fund 9 timeline, you can always come back and reference to this slide in a greater depth as such. These dates should be solid, but as always, things in Catalyst may break occasionally and things may shift. So if these things do happen, these slides will be updated, but just always make sure to come back and check that those days actually still apply as such. What I did today, I did check out the Ideascale, what's happening behind the scenes. As always, in the beginning of each fund, we have a little bit of refresher about the potential that's actually hiding. A few of those goosebumps were flying off through a few of those 3 presentations we've seen initially during the town hall, the first part of the town hall today. This is the goodness of people that's hiding behind all of the accounts throughout the entire Ideascale platform as such. There's a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of developers, marketing professionals, teachers, staple operators, community managers, and a lot of more other people. So when you think of it, if you were to combine all of the knowledge that these people collectively have into one big pot, just imagine the outcomes that could be coming out of it. And we saw it from the initial, the decentralized identity solutions, how much you can actually benefit from interacting and building out bridges with other fellow proposers in the challenges that you're submitting, but also other community members, because you just never know where that help might be coming from. So a lot of potential, a lot of domain expertise within the Catalyst itself, and you just have to come out and about and ask for the help, because we're here for it. So what's next? Now my slide a little bit frozen. The next couple of weeks will be important for proposers, because this is the time when you will have the opportunity now to start submitting your proposals. We will begin tomorrow during the afternoon UTC hours, so not just quite yet, but do keep in mind that there are still a couple of weeks before those proposals will lock down for no more edits, which will happen by the end of June. But before that, you can take it in stages. You don't have to start coming out of the gates with a completely full proposal, everything fleshed out. You understand all the ins and outs. This is the time when you start introducing the concept and getting the conversation with the fellow community members, so that you can come up with those collaborative solutions and feedback that you can gather from the community itself. So right now, what should be on top of your mind, try to think about what your problem statement is and where the relevant experience comes in, so that you can establish your footing within the Catalyst process. You don't have to focus as much on the solution just yet. You can start thinking, outlining it, so that people can get warmed up to what you're proposing as such, so that you can slowly start reeling that feedback in, that you will be over the course of the next couple of weeks implementing into your proposals as such. And, it comes down to the fact that you will have until June 30th to finalize it. That's why we have it on the low end in here in terms of prioritization, that your detailed plan and how much ADA you actually need to pull it off will be only requested of you at that point on the June 30th in a couple of weeks, when you have already fleshed out all the details and everything. So you don't have to worry about everything being in place right now. You allow yourself to open up to the process, open up yourself to the community, and invite people to have a conversation with you. What sort of problems are you trying to address, and what are the solutions on a big picture that you're bringing to the table, and allow people to bring in that 360 perspective that you just by yourself in the middle of your workroom couldn't get about to it, because when you open up your ideas to other people around it, you will be able to gather that different perspective, and you might be able to actually improve your proposal based on that. So that's probably the best time for now, is to start talking about those solutions as such. When we talk about the time well spent, well, make sure you focus on the part of the table which says here to be productive. There are a couple of tips how we can also be distractive, and that's definitely not the part that we want to focus on. But essentially, as wider community in general, let's start, as these proposals are going to be submitted into Ideascale, let's start giving them constructive feedback so they can start building, because that's the nature of the collaborative spirit and catalyst we're trying to do. Provide feedback to proposers early on so they can actually improve and iterate upon, because everyone can build things by themselves. We are here not to do that. We're here to do it together through the wisdom of the crowds as such. As you are looking around, maybe you will find a proposal, or maybe you will find people that very resonate with you. There is, as you saw on that previous slide, a couple of slides back, there is a wide variety of potential in the community. And if you find opportunities for collaboration and working together, you will actually find it that it's quite useful to invite implementers, people that can become co-proposers with you if you find the skill set to be complementary to what you're trying to do. And so also every now and then, it very much happens that some successful teams that get funded actually came from merging the efforts. If you are working on a similar solution as somebody else, and you may be better off and stronger off together, well, reach out. See if there is an opportunity to start collaborate, because that's essentially the magic sauce of what we're trying to do in here. So, and as you are participating, again, keep in mind, we're trying to help each other. We're trying to elevate these proposals and, focus on the things which are productive and so much less on things which are being distractive. Internet can be full of trolls. If you give them the time of the day, that's the time probably not very well spent. So do channel your energy to where it will be very much appreciated, because each fund we're seeing, the proposers are hungry for that feedback. And if you're able to provide it to them, I think they'll be eternally grateful for that to happen. So what's happening in the Ideascale? Just quick recap. Perspectives, the first week of insight sharing is about to complete tomorrow. So if you have any outstanding insights or knowledge that you would like to share, we do invite you to submit those, as the last call is to be done now. And the new submission form will be available for all proposals starting tomorrow sometime on the afternoon hours UTC for the June 9th. And as hinted earlier, submissions will be open all the way to the June 30th. So you don't have to rush out of the gates submitting placeholders and things of that nature. You really do have enough runway and time to start plugging in your ideas and working and refining them over the course of next couple of weeks. Again, piece of advice is it is best not to wait until the last day. Obviously, you will be able to submit the proposal on the June 30th, but you are cutting yourself short because you want to leverage the community feedback. And if you do that on the very last day of the proposal submissions, you may not benefit from that. So even though you may not have a completed proposal, start now. Start as we chatted. It doesn't have to be perfect. Introduce them, get warmed up, and take it step by step over the next couple of weeks. Again, there's plenty of resources that you can navigate through, whether it's on the Discord. I think on Ideascale itself right now, when you'll be navigating through the process, we have more than 400 unique tags. So if you're seeking for certain kind of help, or if you're seeking for certain kind of resource, or that your teams are not complete yet, do leverage the power of that. And if you are the one browsing Ideascale proposals and you see that somebody is seeking the talent and you may be the fit, don't be hesitant to reach out, because then a lot of amazing things can happen from the collaboration as such. And I would also like to highlight the Catalyst School option. There's lots of links on the bottom that do provide a lot of value in terms of different workshops and interactive sessions on how you can actually submit the proposals and how to look for those best chances of having the most complete information available by the time the submission deadline comes at the end of this month. And that's on the terms for the proposals. And I think my next slide, which is still loading on my screen, is about BREPs. And I would like to invite Jack for a quick word to give us a rundown of what's happened on that front, because I think we kicked off a really productive sessions last week. So Jack, would you like to talk more about it?
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Yeah, it was very productive, actually. We had 2 workshops over 2 different time zones last Thursday, and we had 100 questions posted across the 2 workshops. So it was very engaging, loads of good conversation and feedback, and hopefully those that couldn't join the meeting and the workshop last week can have watched back or can want to watch back the QA DAO work and of the recording. So yeah, we had a fantastic presentation. It was about half, so half an hour presentation from us to talk through the design for what it means to be a DREP, how it will look and how liquid democracy works, and also talking more about the rewards and some of the mechanics with that. So it was a sort of quite a meaty workshop from that perspective. The second workshop will be happening in mid to early July. We do encourage anyone to sign up that missed the first one to join the second one. Also, as I said, to watch the recap from last week. There's also a blog, as mentioned on here, and there's a Discord channel that we have for DREPs only, but anyone can view that and comment on that too. So it's all very open, and we will continue the conversations and the feedback as the weeks go on. Thanks, Danny.
Awesome. Thank you, Jack. I would also like to highlight none of the documentation and everything would be possible without the awesome work from the QA DAO team, especially Vanessa and Steven. So huge shout out to them because they're doing some phenomenal work that everyone else can actually benefit from, because a lot of these things are impossible to meet because of all our different schedules and time zones that we are scattered around the world, but they're making sure that actually people can get involved in async manner by providing very succinct and very, very great documentation pieces and information from events like these. So big shout out to them.
Yeah, also, Danny, just to say that, QA DAO got everything up within less than 24 hours. So highly impressive. And it was very thorough, as people have seen. So great work.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially in some new, it is really a nascent and new concept, which we're still trying to pilot and roll it out as we learn by things. So having a very clear and a great documentation is key in making sure that everybody has a shared understanding of what the pilot is about and how to participate and what it all means. So great work. Thank you, Jack. Awesome. Well, that's about the first set of workshops. And let's hear quickly about what's happening with Catalyst Circle. And I think that goes back to Nori. Nori?
All right. For the people that are new here, what is the Catalyst Circle? It is a human sensor array that consists of functional group representatives. And it's an iterative mechanism to problem sense and prioritize community effort and attention. There's a link to an article here written by Chris Baird, which may be of interest if you want to learn more about it. Next slide, please. So the Catalyst Circle exists to fulfill 4 key goals: to facilitate communication between the different functional groups, to provide a heads up when red lines are crossed, to provide improvements on plans and processes that shape Project Catalyst, and to define the election process for Circle V4. Next slide. So the current circle is Bullish Dumpling for the Cardano Foundation, Dimitri Fernando for General ADA holders, Harris Warren for IOG, Joey Cheshire for toolmakers and maintainers, Mercier for funded proposers, Reese Morgan representing stake pool operators, and Nadia Hawkins for the community advisors. And today we have no presentations. The circle had a small break during the cool down period for Project Catalyst to honor that, but we are regrouping tomorrow for meeting number 7. So if you would like to see what happened in meeting 6, here's a link to the CCV3 meeting 6. Thanks always to QA DAO for the transcription services and recording what happened there. And then the final slide is a link to all of the links to the various resources describing the circle and what it's been doing through all of its iterations through V1, V2, and now V3, and a little bit there about the election process as well. So if you're curious, make sure to click those links and check it out. I think that's all we have for today.
Thank you, Nori. Awesome work as always. And what's next? So the next town hall will be again in a week on Wednesday, June 15th at 5 p.m. UTC. So if you are here for the first time, or if you are watching this on YouTube, just make sure you hit this link. It is a recurring invite, so you'll be able to register for all of the events following. And if you are here also for the first time, there's a couple of the links that you can dive in deeper from an area of the things that you've already seen during the earlier parts of the town hall. But namely, if you don't want to get overwhelmed too much, I do invite you to subscribe to the announcements channel where you get all the key events and things without much of the clutter. And then a weekly mailing list where you get all the latest and the brightest from the Catalyst Weekly that is happening, and it generally gets out every Friday as well. So if those are probably two best places to begin. But then again, I do invite you to look through a lot of amazing other sources throughout this place. And having said that, I think we are off to the after town hall space. I did say last week that I'm going to do everything I can to keep it under 1 hour again, because last week was quite a long town hall in itself. And I'm hoping to get into their promise truthfully. So 1854, Natalie, what do we have in the town hall, after town hall today?
Hello, everyone. I'll be walking you through, as usual, the events that are happening this week in the breakout rooms happening shortly after we're done. So to start off, driven by the intention of local input for global outcomes, the Catalyst Town Hall operates on a global scale to build a fully inclusive format. So as you can see on the slides, there are 4 different town halls, and they each operate and are adjusted to local languages, cultures, and perspectives. The Pacific Town Hall happens each second Thursday at 1 a.m. UTC, and it takes place in English. The Latin American Town Hall happens each Thursday at 2130 UTC, and it operates in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. The Africa Town Hall happens each second Friday at 1800 UTC, and it operates in English, Arabic, Swahili, and French. And lastly, we have the Eastern Town Hall, which happens each second Saturday at 9 a.m. UTC, and is done in English, Japanese, Indonesian, and Vietnamese. As for the events of this week, we'll start off with the Gimbal Labs playground, each Tuesday at 1800 UTC, live on Zoom. The weekly playground sessions are a place to meet awesome projects and people at the Gimbal Labs developer community. The Cardano for Climate event takes place on Zoom as well, each Tuesday at 1500 UTC, a community-driven initiative which aims to build solutions and relations between climate friendship and blockchain technology. The Swarm sessions are on Zoom as well, and they happen each Saturday at 1700 UTC. Each Saturday, Swarm members in the community come together to write human code for blockchain ecosystems. And lastly, we have Lido Nation, which happens each Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3:30 a.m. UTC on Twitter Spaces. Lido Nation helps support the community and newcomers to engage with Cardano in the Catalyst ecosystem. Why do we all meet? On the basis of 3 pillars, which is to participate in meaningful conversations and collaborations, to connect with other community members, ideas, and projects, and to catalyze new ideas and improve processes together. So at the Catalyst Swarm, we're working hard to ensure a stimulating and enjoyable experience for all in the town hall and the after town hall spaces. We are aware that many of you guys are always attending, and we want to award you for your participation. So please make sure to join us on DWork. The link can be found on the slides to apply to the task and earn some Gimbal tokens. Felix Swarm will be holding a Catalyst Swarm updates breakout room. And for those who are interested in the Gimbal tokens and you want to learn more, please make sure to join. If you want to host your own breakout room, simply just take your slot by scanning the QR code on the slides or filling out the form on the slides as well. Now for the breakout rooms. Sala de Cafe Latin American Community, Real Fire Alliance by Waya Collective, Cardano Woman by Zuliana. And this week, Catalyst Women features a profile of a special guest, Avita Ashok. They will highlight her life journey as a licensed attorney, filmmaker, business advisor, and strategist, and Web3 explorer. So we just want to emphasize, as per usual, that this is not an exclusive to women group. It is inclusive to all genders and is meant to celebrate diversity through building relationships in Cardano. Cardano NFT Alliance led by Sebastian Pereira. Catalyst Swarm updates by Felix. Community building and entrepreneurship innovation. Self-sovereign identity Atla Prism led by Lohan. Distributed ideation Ken. Homeless hub re-imaging Maslow Vanessa. DAOs on Cardano Q&A Ada DAO Kesar. Teaching Haskell Plutus developers Rosatislava. Solutions for cross-chain collaboration with Kilt and Cardano, Dudley, and Cardano Shift, Vincent. Just before we jump into the breakout rooms again, a quick reminder for all hosts to please make sure to record your sessions and send them to the coreswarm@gmail.com. We'll add the email into the chat in a second, just so we can make them public and to upload them onto the official Catalyst Swarm YouTube channel. And for those who are watching on YouTube, please make sure to join us in the description found below. And back to you, Daniel, for the final words.
Thank you, Natalie. It seems like it's another packed after town hall space. As always, many of these will be recorded and uploaded on the Swarm's YouTube channel. So if you do have any FOMOs, don't be afraid. You will be able to review it in some of the other times and fashions. Again, that's it for the main town hall. We are almost under an hour, so I'm very happy we managed to do that. Again, if you are with us here today, you can come back next week on Wednesday, 5 p.m. UTC. And if you are on YouTube watching it right now and you would like to join for some of these amazing breakout rooms, you can do so immediately after this stream ends. You will find the in the YouTube description box itself, there will be a Zoom invite link that will take you directly into where we are here right now. But other than that, if you are out of the time for today, we appreciate you spending the time with us, and we will be looking forward either here next week on Wednesday or during the multitude of other town halls and events throughout the ecosystem as such. So thank you very much for coming and have a great day. Bye-bye.